All right, let's see if I can hear myself, and then we can get going and start the stream again. All right, let's see if I can, so that's good. So yeah, let me just post the link in a couple of places, and then we can start going again. Okay, there we go. Should be fine. Where do we start? Let's start with the indices. This was something that we talked on last time. Let's take a look at the higher time frame picture first. I don't know why it's lagging a bit, but the overall premise has been that we had a higher degree wave X here, a corrective structure here, where we climbed up correctively, okay? And this was around the end of July. Since then, again, we came down, possibly into a wave W. Some, like NASDAQ, had the potential of having this as a 5 wave. Here it does not really look like that of a 5 wave, so I've labeled this more as a 3 wave. What we had here, we had two different options for going short here. This one we talked, this one we talked on the previous week, or the week before, I guess, where we were looking for options, something like this, as trade, and then looking for lower prices, right? Then we had another move like this. We had a potential 5-way move coming down, and then we were looking for this 3-way move going up. We tagged the most important one, which was the 1-to-1 extension, and then we were looking for trade something like this, and against the high, basically, because again, thinking that this could be a 5 wave of some sort that is a start of something new, and that would be a continuation of this previous structure coming down, and I'm still in this trade. Now, at this point, I'm not really liking the structure here. I was expecting this to do something like this before we dump, but as we got the FOMC and everything else, all the data release things coming up, we just did this kind of plummeting move. And at this point again, I would be looking to take profits. This was my first TP area, and now we have gone there. So I'm taking the profit first TP here at these lows, since we've taken them, and yeah, that allows us a pretty decent risk to reward ratio here. This is a 3.61 at this point, and it is very decent. Higher time frame, however, there is still lower targets to be made. Again, the same box that we had last week is still there. Nothing has changed then. This was the trade that we were talking about last week, and yeah, well, it is seeming like it is playing out. Similar for Dow, however, this was not as good. I took both Dow and S&P 500 as those trades, both against the high. I like the ES structure here way better than Dow, but I think Dow had some potential as well here. This has not taken out the low yet, so have not taken profits here, but probably should. Maybe it might be wise to take profits on this one as well, and set my stop loss above this high. If it comes back here, then this starts to remind us more of a 3-way structure, right? And then if it is a structure that is corrected to the downside, we could be going up again. So we could be creating something like this, and then creating a structure of high degree, and then get a continuation on it. So again, keeping the stop losses on reasonable places is the key. NASDAQ, I did not trade this. This was the only bullish option that we were talking about. The reason I did not take this anymore, actually I did I? Can't remember, maybe I did here. Maybe I was looking for this as a scalp opportunity, because we had the golden pocket and the 1-to-1 here. Wednesday, this was just, no, I didn't, because this was Wednesday, yeah, this was yesterday, yeah, okay, never mind then. So this was Friday, okay, yeah, this was last week's, the three-way structure, okay, yeah, there we go. So this was the 5-wave that we had on ES as a way better structure, and this, how I've got it labeled here, is the only way we can get up correctively. We have to update this a bit. This is going to get invalidated at these lows here. So that would be these lows here, 14,804. At that point, if we come below here, then we can't have a diagonal up. Or as mentioned, I remember this from last week that we were talking about. What's the more probable scenario? Is this more probable that we are going to be getting a diagonal up or a corrective structure up? And this is correcting just this. And it is always more probable to have a corrective structure than a diagonal. So think of that with the probabilities. However, there are always, like now, this would be pretty good risk to reward ratio trade. However, others such as ES has taken out that low already, so we can't have any kind of diagonal here on ES, but ES overall was less bullish and did not have this kind of setup available on higher time frame either, so they might be a bit different. And if we were to go up here now, ES might be creating that in 3-wave where it might probably not take out this high. Or even if we were to create something like this, we would not be creating a structure that would take out the previous high, whereas on NASDAQ, we could be still doing that, where we would be creating this diagonal that would take out the previous wave 3, right? So different assets going to be behaving a bit differently. DAX. Where did I have the pivots? I can't remember. Maybe this 1-to-1. Yeah, probably for that short opportunity here. Not really sure how I like this, because again, this looks more like the corrective structure where this would be pivoted or fitting in here. But there is a chance that we are still missing this wave Y, or that wave W is completed, this whole structure where this is an ABC instead of a W. So those are the two scenarios here. So we would be looking for this kind of structure, and the whole structure would be a W, X, Y, where this would be a structure like so. And if we are getting the structures like we have on ES, we would be coming down way lower. Ors, okay, this has been looking like it's dumping way more. Talked about this, how I did not really like this as a 5-wave, although it fits every criteria on Elliott wave. We had divergences, however, how fast we came down though is the issue. This was the short opportunity here. This was the 3-wave we had on US indices. That allowed us to go short. Again, 5 waves. Looks decent against the high. This would have been amazing risk to reward ratio trade. I probably would have already gone in here at the 1-to-1. I'm thinking now that I might be looking into the possibility of trying to get better risk to reward ratio trades, where instead of 1-to-1, I would be looking to trade the 1.236 instead. This would be giving us, or giving me, way better risk to reward ratios. see if we are even comparing this low here, that would be 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. If it was here, it would be only 1.26. That is a massive difference. So I need to be backtesting that and comparing the results a bit, because most of the time, or some of the times, the 1.236 is not going to be here. Do you have a gold count? Probably have not updated that at all. Do you think Apple is ready for its wave 3 yet? It could be. We're going to be looking into that in just a moment as well. But yeah, I think that is the indices gone through. Let's start with the stocks here. I cut the Tesla short because this was the idea that I had first. First, of course, we had this coming up in 3. This here has the chance of being a wave 4, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is still a possibility. However, once we did this kind of structure here, it to me looked like, okay, we want to create a structure that is coming down. So in my opinion, it fits best where this structure is still the way W with a triangle in it, and then we have a B, C. This is, however, no longer the case, as we have taken out this low here. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. Maybe because this has already taken out this high, so we can't have a diagonal here at all. Maybe this wave A here is actually here. The only issue that I have with this is that I would want to be saying that we have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 then at that point, right? Because this is kind of weird if we don't have this as a triangle. Then we would have to label this as a structure like that. And that to me looks kind of horrible. Kind of horrible, I gotta admit. But I feel like this might be the case at this point. Yesterday we had another 3-wave up. We did hit now the 1-to-1 extension. I don't think we have any divergence yet here. Yeah, not really good ones at least. We have this as that potential 1, 2. So I probably want to be seeing one more low here into that, maybe that 1.236 as well again, before I want to be looking up a bit higher. The way here, I think this might be around the golden pocket though. Yeah, it is. Some confluence there then. But yeah, obviously if we get one more low, I'd want to be maybe looking, maybe even taking this low as a precaution here, something like this, and yeah, targeting somewhere in here, because maybe we have something like this, or maybe we have something like that. Super ugly ones, but yeah, super extended. I don't really know how I want to be labeling this part, but I still kind of like the proportions where this would be some kind of 3-wave. This would be a 3-wave, and then we would be looking for lower prices. Whether it's this low here, this low, or even this low, they don't really make too much difference. 290 to 294. So that's the range, 294, so around here. That's the 1-to-1 extension range where you would be expecting it. And the risk to reward ratio here is looking decent. The issue with this is that if we are very much more bearish on the indices, Tesla is going to be getting hit. This structure coming down though was a 3-wave, in my opinion, here on Tesla. Unlike in Apple that we talked about, it's a 5-wave. So it's going to be really interesting to see which one is going to be working out and which one is not. But yeah, I want one more low here and then I'm looking to go for a long Tesla opportunity. Meta I did not like. Now we are starting to get a potential leg downwards. Went a bit higher than expected here. Baba is still creating lower lows. I'm still on this from so far away. I'm still on the trade from here, from these highs here. I think we had the one-to-one hit here. Yeah, this was the entry here, exactly at the top. And we had this very nice move, and now we've been just consolidating sideways. We can still be consolidating sideways. We could be creating this triangle here, where we would be getting one more high. If it takes out this high, then it's going to be kind of weird. But we'll see. I'm expecting it to take out this low 58 at least. GME, I don't care. Netflix. I've been starting to think Netflix as a potential where we have this as the wave 1, and then we have some kind of flat structure here on wave 2, and then continuation to the downside. I don't like the structure here in the middle, the flat itself, because we don't have divergence here. This is something that we generally look for in flats, the divergence between the origin and the wave B. We don't have it there. We can already start to look for extension targets here. 1-to-1 is already getting kind of close. 1, 2, maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Maybe something like this would be looking decent. Then at least we are going to be looking at this as an ABC coming down. If he extends beyond the 1.6 minute, then we can start to talk about the higher degree as a 1, 2, 3 down. Boeing, Coinbase is taking a dump. Yeah, not looking too hot really for Coinbase. Some kind of 3-wave here, moving up. So it's a counter trend. Let's see. Yeah, Apple is not really clear either. Kind of similar what we had, what was it, on Baba maybe, where we have the chance of creating some kind of triangle here. I'll set an alert here above the 179, so that breaks the idea of a triangle. We created a very high RSI reading though here, so that does not really support the triangle idea. Let's see what was here. Was it on Baba? Baba was so high degree that it does not really. Yeah. This would be running triangle. Yeah, I mean, some of consolidation except here. It's not really too good. Yeah, completely different time frame. But yeah, obviously this is not really looking too hot. If this indeed is something like this, it's a running flat. Let's see, did it take out this? No, it's just a truncated flat. Just a truncated flat here. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling. Maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, and then a diagonal here. Doesn't really matter. This would be the correct structure. And as Rona asked earlier about, is it ready for wave 3? Well, this is the cutoff point. If we take out this low here, there is a very good chance that this is a wave 2. It's less probable that this is a wave 2 because we have a flat in it though. It's not a clear zigzag. It's still possible as a zigzag if this is the low and that is held. If we think that this is a fire wave 3 and 5 because it did not take out the low here. But yeah, targeting way lower, and we'll see later on how this turns out. Probably want to be adding alert here as well at the lows, just to see what is going on. Amazon taking a gap downwards. Obviously this is wrong, because we had the expectation that this was that 3 wave, but for some reason we got another move upwards. Maybe this is a B, C, like so instead. I'm not sure if I can label this too well. There's no divergences here, nor here. So no divergence there. Oh, it's weird. It just looks better as 3. I don't know how to label this. Maybe some kind of diagonal, I don't know. Because this whole thing looks very bullish overall. Like, the only thing that we had is the low here, that, or the start of that whole structure, that is not really that bullish looking. If this is a 5, 3, then we are expecting some kind of wave 4 here, 5, one more high, crash, and not take out the low, unless this is not at the start of something. Even if this was bullish into a 5, it doesn't mean that we have a bull run to come. We can have 3 and then another 5 to create an ABC here. Of course, that would be targeting overall higher than the high here of this 5 wave. But it doesn't mean that we are going to be getting this massive 5th wave here. Oh, sorry, the wave 3 on high degree. So this kind of move doesn't mean that. We can easily get a move like this as well, and then get this wave Y later on. That's the best scenario. But overall, kind of bullish looking. Arc does not look bullish at all. 3 wave up. And I'm not quite sure how to label this yet. We are getting another impulse wave down. I was expecting some kind of wave 4 here and then one more low from previous. We came back up very high though, so around 50%. So yeah, that's basically the maximum wave 4 can go. But yeah, still acting kind of way we were expecting it. It's kind of odd. Yeah. Not going to be trading this at all, I don't think. Because I don't like the way this is coming down. Palantir. I think I was trading this move here. Yeah. Against the high here. It dropped down, came back up, consolidated, maybe created some kind of diagonal here. And then now reversing downwards more. Kind of forced this 5 wave down. It is very possible that it's a 5 wave, because we have the longest consolidation here on the wave 4, and not basically here at the middle. Looks kind of decent. In phase, nothing really I see. Microsoft's not really anything I like. Nvidia still has the possibility of having this as a 1, 2, 3. Now we are hitting that 1.618 here. Yeah, Palantir is pretty decent. Maybe, if it comes up. Or you could be just doing the what I was doing here. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be acting out. That's if we are going to be getting a three-way pull up, then you just go short against certain levels. Microsoft seems to be not caring about the rest of the market and still at zero. What was Nvidia doing? Yeah, it hit the 1.618 now. It still does not really look too impulsive to the downside. I think we have to be waiting for wave 4 and 5. We are still creating this lowest RSI here, so that's important. We want to be seeing that divergence and then move up, and then look for that short here against the high. And yeah, this would be expected way lower. If this indeed is a 5 wave, even if Nvidia was the start of something, we would expect it to correct to at least to 38.2. At least to 38.2. So at least to 350. But generally, it should be expected to be done. Going way lower. 236 or 236, yeah, that's November, so at least until then it should be correcting. But yeah, probably should be creating, yeah, it should have plenty of time to create an ABC here for that lowest position or lowest time. But that's the stocks. That's stocks I want or I like still. Let's see if I had anything else there. Not with stocks now. Take a look at crypto. Bitcoin is doing a bit of a dump. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. We had this long here. I managed to get in here, I think, and then I accidentally closed the rest of the position when I meant to take a TP3, but looks like it was pretty decent area. So I can actually remove that completely. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. 1-to-1 is so far away. Everything here is very overlapping. There's some kind of ways to label this into jet triangles. There's some ways to label this into a structure that is coming down impulsively. But to be honest, it's not really clear to me. This here was a clear 5-way to me. And I wanted to go short. I went short as well here against the high. Obviously it took me out. But yeah, gotta be trading those structures that look clear to you. And this to me looked very decent as a 5-wave. So, and as we had a impulse going up, it was pretty clear to me, although it was not right at the time, that we were creating at least this kind of structure. But of course that didn't play out now. And now we are getting some super weird structure. This reminds me more of a ETH going sideways for a month or something previously as well. Now, ETH, I stupidly had ETH as an extension, at the 2-to-1 extension as my stop loss, and instead of the actual invalidation that I had here. If I had the actual invalidation here for that trade, like I should have, like this, I would not have gotten a stop. Also, 200%, it it actually hit the 200% here and took me out here and then started dumping. I mean, now if we were still in the game, it would have been 5.5 risk to reward ratio. But yep, that's that. Oh well, whatever. It's gone. Sometimes you gotta learn from that mistake though. My mistake was not playing the high here, and I wanted to play this as a 3-wave, and did not expect it to extend that far. Generally, it doesn't extend that far, but this time it did. And yeah, overall, I don't really have a good count here either. Here on ETH, we can be labeling this as an ABC somehow easily, whereas in Bitcoin we can't really, at least with a zigzag. Yeah, because we did take out this high on Bitcoin. Solana. I mean, this kind of looks somewhat bullish, maybe a 5-wave. We had some divergences here. But yeah, I don't know. So we did get a continuation to the upside. Because if this was the end of 5th wave, somehow, we could have a 3-wave like so, and then create another 3-wave. But again, Solana had very weird overlapping structure at the start, so I'm not really caring about that too much. At least to trade. ADA was somewhere in here. Yeah. Very overlapping structure as well, not really clear. Obviously at this point it looks more like this, in my opinion, best. I don't really have a good high time frame count anyway here either. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not trading ADA at the moment either. Phantom, not really. Again, these are like some of the coins are just going sideways. I don't really like going for any kind of trades on that, because you don't have good probabilities on those. Because this could be a 3 like this, or this could be a 3 like this. And as it is just going sideways this long, it's not really something that interests me too much. There's some short opportunities as well, as this looked very decent as a 5. There's a chance that this the CVX here is part of this move here, still as the wave B, where this would be A, B, and C, and then we would be getting a massive continuation to the downside based on the previous structure that is coming down here, or that we finished something in here and we would be getting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where this whole thing would be the start of something. We'd be looking for some kind of move to the downside, and then you would be looking for long setups. Potentially somewhere around the golden pocket. Maybe if this sort of support holds here, then you might want to be going along against the lows here. At least maybe a hedge against this, whatever this is going to be, if it comes down. If it doesn't, then it's whatever. Quite a lot of different assets here, but I don't think I should be going through those. Somebody asked about gold earlier. Don't really have a count for it. I don't really like to trade it. It doesn't really seem to be respecting what I'm expecting of it. So that's why I'm no longer really trading any of the commodities. If I was to trade, or if I was to invest in commodities, I would be just dollar cost averaging into them, and would not really care about how they would be doing. There's a chance we had a 5th wave here though, on gold on higher time frame. This the bear scenario, and we'll be then looking for way lower prices, which is where I would not, or one of the reasons where I would not really be looking for investing into it yet, at least. Maybe once we take out this 1,600 or 1.6k, then into then maybe allocate or start DCAing into it. Uranium was the only thing that I've heard that has been going bonkers now. I did have a count for that as well, but I stopped looking into that. Yeah, I mean, this looks decent as well, where we have it like this. This should be done though. Done. Soon, because we can't really get to... Can't get really too far. Just beyond the golden pocket here as well. Yo, what up, Sophos? Yeah, we're still hitting these areas of corrective structures. We came up in 3. We took out the low. So there is a chance that... Oh, actually, this could still be this kind of structure as well. But it doesn't look too good because we would be comparing it to here then. I think this is better, like so. And this would be... Yeah, I think that is better, like this. It's a paid indicator, it's from my Patreon. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, then I will give you access. We are getting very oversold here. Multiple indicators are saying that, as you can see. Indicator plugin here. Red background telling that something. And if we are comparing these previous ones, this one here, we dropped a bit. These highs, we dropped a bit. Obviously, not everything is going to be right, like this high here. It's not right. But it might be giving some kind of indication sometimes. But I wouldn't trust it as a sole any kind of like a trade setup or anything like that. No. If we are mega bearish here, this would be a 1 2 1 2. Looking for 3 4 5 3 4 5, and then a correction, and then we dump. Because the expectation here would be taking out this low here. Yeah, that is kinda silly. How are we pulling this guy here? Maybe something like this. Yeah, this would be the channel that we'd be following if this is the pivot. Maybe I need to be looking into uranium here. If we are going to be getting a fire wave here and some kind of move up, I would be wanting to short that. Yeah, I think I'll actually add it to my list of things to look at. That is interesting. Gold, there was nothing. Silver looks like we are having some kind of trendline battle here. Maybe some kind of triangle in position. That could be the wave X. A, B, C, D, E. That could be done already here. And now we could be starting to get another structure like this. Right here. Whee! A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, I mean that would work out. Just to make sure, yeah, it looks pretty decent here. See on higher time frame. Some consolidation, not the best here on A tower. Daily looks really good actually. Consolidation on both sides. That contraction that we are actually really looking at for that triangle to happen. Looks actually really nice. Let's see the lower time frame. What do we have? Ooh. Yeah, not that great of a structure. Peak here, highest RSI, not really something that we want to see. How do we even label this? Is that 0.618? No. Maybe we have a very, very weird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we don't have that divergence here, so not that good. We are getting a really decent pull to the upside at this point. This looks very impulsive. Yeah, silver is something to track as well. Could this be an ABC here? It's gone beyond the 1.618, so it's not that likely. So I would kind of hope that we are getting this kind of move here. Let's see on the higher time frame, see where do we have it. No fair value gaps here. Nothing really there. Nothing really there. It's not really much. No. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll just add an alert here at the 38.2. If we come back through here, if this is done already, I would probably like to see a move from the 0.5 or the golden poker against this low here, and try to see if we can get something going. I don't really just like this move here. However, it kind of is bullish since we took out the consolidation that we had previously or previous to it. So that is a bullish sign, regardless of whatever Elliott wave is doing. The most bullish scenario would be that we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we just, you know, rock it. But yeah, this is interesting. Natural gas, oh, we are getting some kind of impulsive move here. Yeah. We did get an impulse here as well, but we took out the low. So yeah, Nasdaq is, oh, not Nasdaq, but natural gas is therefore not that favorite of mine. I'm not really been tracking DXY either too much. It's been just, I feel like we have this kind of curvy channel that has been going with. I don't know how to analyze that, to be honest. We're getting some divergences here, which is indication that the strength of this whole move is potentially getting weaker. But again, I don't know how to label that. I'll just ignore that for now. Let me check if there was some other requests. We did indices, we did stocks, we did crypto. Yeah, that is pretty much it. And there's a bot on the Discord, which I'm going to be banning. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. We'll see how far this dump on the indices is going. Looks like we are still doing a bit of a continuation here. So until something else happens, I'm staying in that short. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this live stream. Thanks for joining in and chatting a bit. Yeah, we're going to be catching you again next week on the live stream. Thanks for watching. See you then. Bye bye.